I managed to get myself into £38,000 worth of debt. Long story. Hi guys, welcome back, or if you're new, welcome. I'm Yasmin and I'm on a debt-free journey. I managed to get myself into £38,000 worth of debt. Long story, lots of complexity around it, and I will film a video explaining. However, this is just a bit of an update about what my goals are for January. I have set myself some financial goals. I will be setting myself some other kinds of goals too, and I will make a video on it. But for now, this is just what my financial goals are in terms of saving and paying off debt. I've listed out the different categories and I have worked out what my goal bit will be for the year, or what my goal will be this year up until a certain point. So for example, I want to be debt-free by September 2022. So I don't have the whole year. So I've worked out exactly how much I need to pay off my debt, which is £13,500 at the moment. And if I want to do that by September, I've actually put August just to make things a little bit harder for myself. I've divided that quantity, like that value, by 8. So I've got a rough idea of how much I need to be paying off my debt every single month. I am quite lucky. I'm not the kind of person who gets too upset if I don't meet my smaller goals, because I'm quite good at seeing the bigger picture. It's just part of like the way that I work and part of my job. I'm a project manager. So for example, my debt means that the £13,500 that I want to pay off by August is going to be £1,687 per month, which is a huge amount of money. I've had some other months where I've paid off a lot more than that. I had some really lucky and very successful months. I took a lot of opportunities and worked very hard. The last few months, I've been paying off a few £100s off of my debt. So to see that I've got to do £1,687 per month is a big target and a big goal. Luckily, I am not going to get upset if I don't hit that every single month, but I will check my rolling figure, and there will be things that I will do to try and boost my income wherever I can to hit that overall target. So I would recommend that if you're the kind of person who needs to meet your goals and targets, that you keep it really realistic. This, based on what I know now, is a little bit unrealistic, but I find that aiming for something slightly out of reach is much better to keep me motivated, but everybody's different. So generally people say to set yourself goals and targets that you can meet, because a lot of people find if you don't meet them, then you can become really demotivated. So yeah, definitely take this with a pinch of salt. It works for me, it might not work for you, but I'll show you the rest of my goals. So here is my yearly savings goals and events. So again, this is the Budget Mum tracker, and here is the tracker for the goals and events. So you can list out your 8 goals that you detail on the previous page, and month by month you can track where you're at. So this is what I'll be using, knowing full well I'm not necessarily going to make my targets every month, but overall, where am I getting to? So here are my goals and targets. I've just categorize them. So the green ones are the ones that I really want to do, and the purple ones are the would like to do. I do not have this amount of money coming in right now under any circumstances or plans, but a year is a long time, a lot can change, and who knows, right? So my first and absolute number one goal is to be debt-free by August 2022. I still owe £13,500, and that means I'll need to be paying off roughly £1,687 per month in order to make that target. My second one is my emergency fund. My overall emergency fund, I would like to be £9,000. However, I'm targeting this year to build up an emergency fund of £6,000. I have had a few questions about why I have such a high emergency fund. But for me, basically, my bills are a little bit less than £3,000 a month. So it's 3 months worth of pay. If anything were to happen to me, obviously I'm the sole income earner for my house and for my 2 children. And yeah, I just want to have 3 months worth of bills in order to feel secure. I just don't want to live paycheck to paycheck anymore. And this is what would kind of make me feel like I wasn't doing that. So on a monthly basis, that would be £500 per month. Again, this is not an amount that I currently have visibility of having. So this is a bit of a stretch target for me, as is this, to be fair. This is all stretch targets, and I'm aiming for the end of the year for that one. Car maintenance, £800 just to cover my yearly insurance, MOT, service and anything else that might be needed. £65 per month, and I'm saving that until the end of the year. Tax fund, I don't know what this is going to be yet, but I just put it on here so that I kept it front of mind. At the moment, whatever work I do obviously is taxed because I already have a full-time job where I'm taxed. So I need to be mindful that, yes, it's all very well kind of making extra money and doing extra freelance work, but I need to be putting some money aside for my tax bill. I have done that this year. I've got over £4,000, which I'm hoping will cover it, but I don't know what it's going to be for next year, but it just needs to be here so that I don't forget it. And then health. This is a slightly new one. I've had like £150 in a health envelope up until this point. I am aiming to have 1,800 for the year. I have had quite a few health complications recently, and I've actually been really lucky to go see a private consultant through my day job. I'm really conscious that that has been a very, very helpful situation, and I'm really grateful for it. But it's not something that's guaranteed for me, obviously. £1,800 would not cover what I'm having done privately, but if for any reason I didn't work for my employer anymore, then I've never got any estimates, but I'm hoping that would be some kind of a health insurance, or even like massages, for example. If I was to hurt my back and need a massage, then I'm just thinking that having this here would be really helpful. That's £150 a month, and it is until the end of the year as well. Again, this is not in my basic budget. So like a lot of these, this is going to have to come from extra income. Then finally, just because this is what gets me going and what motivates me, I've got travel for traveling on my own and family travel. And I have, as you can see here, said that I'm not going to try and put any money away for these until mid-year, but I am aiming to save up. I've put £6,000. It's a lot of money, £1,000 a month for the second half of this year. I'm just putting it out there to the universe. Again, like I keep saying, this money doesn't exist. It's not in my plan, but who knows? Paying off £24,000 of my debt last year or this year, or at the end of this year, wasn't in my plan either. So yeah, this is just my goals. And for me, my goals are not always realistic, as we know circumstances today. So then I come over here and I will be able to just track these, how have I started the month, plus or minus, and what the end will be. And I might actually come down here and put some increments as to where I should sort of be at, so I can see. There are also these kind of like sinking funds visual things that you can colour in. I'm not sure what I'm going to use them for yet, but I'm sure I will. So yeah, that is my goals for this year. Obviously, there are other sinking funds which I mentioned in my other videos, things like house, etc. But yeah, this is it for this year. One thing that is missing from here is doing my loft. And a loft is a really, really big goal for me, but it is also a significant amount of money. And obviously the property would need to be in my name as well. So it is on and in my plans, but for this I didn't put it in because at the moment I don't know when that's going to be possible. So it might be that if we get going with these and it's going quite well, then we scrap this travel and we just start putting money into a savings for the loft. But I'd need to know that my property was my property in order to start planning for that. So that's it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that gave you insight into what my plans are for this year, hopefully a little bit of inspiration. And please remember, do not compare budgets. This is not money that I have sitting around or that I'm even expecting to earn this year. I am the kind of person that needs to really stretch myself and just put things out there and see what happens. Like I said before, I'm super lucky that I'm not going to get disappointed or upset if I don't make these targets. But yeah, this is where I'd like to be going if life allows. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this, please subscribe and consider hitting the bell button so that you will be notified when I make further videos. Also, any likes and comments are always appreciated. I am actually carving out some time to make sure that I'm coming back to a lot more of your comments than I was before. I was so run down and overworked and burnt out towards the end of 2021 and Christmas that I just couldn't keep up, but feeling refreshed and excited for 2022. So please do let me know if you've got any questions and I will reply. Thanks a lot. Bye.